Hello and welcome to class number 5 of Decoding PSIR through answer writing series. I really hope that you're enjoying it and you're learning something new because I am, trust me, putting a lot of effort to bring this to you. In this video, what we'll be doing is, we'll be taking up a previous year question that UPSC has asked in PSIR. First, trying to understand the topic, see what the question is, we'll study that topic and then we'll go to write that answer. So it will not only be a practice of answer writing for you, but it will also be a kind of a revision for you for an important topic of PSIR. I have already done 4 classes in this series. I am pasting the link of the entire playlist in the description of this video. In case you missed any of the earlier classes, please feel free to go through that and you can check out the earlier classes also. It will be kind of a revision of important topics of PSIR. Let's see. What question have we taken up today from PSIR papers? This was a question asked in 2021. Comment on feminist critique of the state. Asked in 2021, 10-mark question. 150 word was the word limit and it was the first question of the paper, 1A. Now, before we go into how to write this answer, let's first understand what do you mean by the feminist critique of the state. See, there are different thinkers who have criticized the state or the government for the way that it functions. One of the major section of population that criticizes the government are the feminists. Now, what is their issue or what do they think the state is doing wrong? The simple idea is, those who follow the feminist theory, they believe that the entire government structure works in such a manner that from the very top, the women are not treated as equal. They say that the issue of domestic violence may seem like a personal issue at home, but if you look at the overall picture, the entire idea of suppressing the women, not giving them equal rights, starts at the very top from the state. So the feminist thinkers believe that the state is an instrument of oppression. Instrument of oppression gender wise. They are not categorizing it on the basis of caste, religion, culture. They are saying if you just look gender wise, almost half of the population will always be suppressed because that is how the state functions. Their argument is, if you look at how the governments are formed across the entire world, in almost every single country, a majority part of the government is formed by the males. And to ensure that they retain the power in their hands, one of the things that they usually do is they try to make sure that women will never get the equal rights. So in order to change the situation of women, you can't just start from the household. If you want to change the situation of women, the situation where women are in right now, it has to start from the very top, from the level of the government itself. This is the basic idea of the feminist theory. Let's study this in a bit more detail. What do you mean by the feminist theory and why do they criticize the state? As I said, their idea is that dominance of man over women is not just in the household. It's not just about sexual relationship. It's not just about domestic violence, etc. It extends to all parts because it starts at the very top from the state itself. And the state has never seriously taken any action to bring gender justice. This is the idea that the females have or that the feminist thinkers rather have. Please understand, when we say feminist thinkers need not necessarily be women only. You can be a male and you can still be a feminist thinker. So please don't write that the females think this or female thinkers, because many people unknowingly by mistake might write female thinkers. That will be wrong. Feminist thinkers, because even males can be feminist thinkers. The famous slogan of the feminist idea of the state is, the personal is political. Means in order to bring changes at the personal level, in order to bring changes in your personal life, you have to start from the political point of view. And it starts at the top. Distribution of resources, allowing them control over the state apparatus, women have always been a part of the deprived section. Now, it has not been like that in India politically. For example, a lot of countries around the world, when they first started their democracy, most of them did not give the right to vote to women. In most countries that you call developed countries today, even in the US, women were not given the right to vote initially. Women got the right to vote much later on. Similarly, the right to contest elections was not originally given to women in most of the democratic countries. Most democratic countries gave these rights to women much later on. And thus, the discrimination against women as per the feminist thinkers starts at the very bottom. State is a key actor in meeting the demands of women like protection from male violence, etc. These demands are not accepted by the state. If the state would have been really serious about women empowerment, they would have enacted laws such as pension benefits, etc. In case of India, there is such a lot of talk about the idea of marital rape. In India, there is no law against marital rape. In fact, marital rape is not considered as a rape in India, which is again a big issue that the feminist thinkers have been raising. In US, there has been a big debate about abortion rights, where a woman, what to do with her body is being decided by the Supreme Court that has majority of males, which again gives an indication that most of the states, the state apparatus is controlled by the males that take decision for the females. There have been various thinkers in this part of the theory. For example, Zilla Einstein very famously wrote her book in 1981, The Radical Nature of Liberal Feminism, where she argues that liberal state represents as fully autonomous so that all positions are open to all the players. So basically, when feminist thinkers demand a liberal state, their idea of liberalism is not really about freedom. Their idea is freedom for females, freedom for women. Women should also be allowed to have their equal rights. They should also be allowed to fight elections, to contest elections, to vote, so on and so forth. Feminist thinkers also believe that, especially in post-colonial world, when you say post-colonial world, means countries such as India, which were under the colonial rule for a long time, when they became independent, that era is called post-colonial world. So India, for example, is an example of a post-colonial country. Feminist thinkers say that in post-colonial world also, state regulations have always been against females. Women have always become victims of state violence in post-colonial world. Whenever there is large-scale violence, whenever there is a civil war, you can see proven by numbers that women suffer much more than males. They are seen as soft targets. They are seen as someone that can be subjected to sexual violence. And that is why females have always required more support from the state. That has not happened as per the feminist thinkers. This is a model of the feminist theory. They believe that systems and structures of power, they work against gender, they don't allow equality of women. This creates discrimination and exclusion of women. This has to be acknowledged and disrupted by feminist thinkers, and they have to change this, they had to advocate this, they have to make sure that the government of the day understands this problem. This is the feminist theory, and this is the feminist critique of the state. That is how they criticize the state. So when someone says this critique of the state, or your critique of the state, my critique of the state, that means how do I criticize the state, or how do I view the state as good or bad? What do I think the state should do? What do I think that the state is doing right or wrong? Now let's see what the question was again. The question was, comment on the feminist critique of the state. Again, it's a 150 word short note answer. We'll write this as a very short essay, starting with how this wave of feminism started. So the patriarchal nature of state is the central theme of feminist critique. They believe that state indicates a patriarchal structure. It is the males that are in power most of the times. Feminist theory is that state is power centering and the power is operationalized by males or their representatives. Herein, if you want to give examples, for example, if it's an India specific question, take examples of how at the local government level we might have had reservation for women in panchayat and municipalities, but there is still this problem of sarpanch pati, where even though the seats are reserved for females, their decisions are taken by the males in the family. So the feminist thinkers believe that there is a manipulation of male dominated leadership. Feminism is critical, and in order to have a better life for females, there has to be more participation of females at the decision making table. Another example of this can be many governments, many countries around the world opting for women reservation in their parliament, including India, that has now taken steps in this regard to ensure that there is more female participation. Amongst female thinkers, there are radical female thinkers as well that believe that the state's role is to form patriarchy and to maintain its continuity. They believe that the state is actively working against the interests of the females. There are liberal female thinkers, liberal feminist thinkers that want freedom to be given to women to take their own decisions on matters that concern them, be it abortion, be it laws against rape, pornography, etc. This is what you have to write in this particular question. Again, when the question is someone's critique of state, that means from their point of view, how do they view the state? From their point of view, how do they view the government? What is good in the government? What is bad in the government? Mostly bad part. And what would they like to change in the government? That is the idea of critique of the state. And this is the feminist critique of the state. I hope you learned this new topic or you revised this. Either way, do join me for the next one. This series has a 4 p.m. lecture on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. If you want the PDF of this, join the Telegram channel. The link is in the description of this video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Jai Hind.